Welcome to the indices, and here we're looking at the S&P 500. And look, in a bit of a nutshell, in the bigger picture, we're looking up at 2000. However, in the short term here, we're still looking further up, and in fact, this wave 3 here can be up here as well. But not to worry about that just yet. Where we are here on the intraday is right here, where we're looking at from the 19, where are we? From the low here, say we've got wave 1, wave 2 here, and we're looking at from 1930, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're looking for wave 5 of 3 up here. And in this little section just here, we've got wave 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll be pushing up into wave 5 here. That will take us up off that 1960 support into group 2 here, and this is significant. Group 2 is 65, 72 and 80 support, or if the market can hold in group 2 here, that's a very positive thing. So we might see it flicker through wave 3 and 4 to start with, but then we'll see it move up from there as well. So essentially the sentiment for this market is to the upside. And it's the same with the Dow Jones as well, approaching, a couple of things here. I'm just going straight to the intraday here on the 15-minute chart here. Once again, we can see wave 1, 2, and this is wave 3 moving up here. So this is corrective here. We'll look for support on the midpoint here, the 50, and then looking for wave 5 to our target up at 17,000 there, and we'll see larger moves across 17,000. The swings will start small within group 2 below and group 1 above, and then they'll swing out to the midpoint from that point. But that's the finishing line or target for the short term just here. The DAX is just on the daily here, we're looking for wave 3 here. We're looking for 5 waves up here in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is really quite small here for wave 5 here, but we're dealing with a big number here, and it can skew the wave count somewhat. But on the just here we go here. So this is the wave 3 that we're looking for here. Wave 5 of 3, so it can get a bit messy here, and like I said before, it's not good to trade around large numbers, and unless you're got some sort of system where you've got buy orders below 10,000 and sell orders staggered above 10,000. You allow the market just to flicker across and trigger those orders, but otherwise it's just sort of best to stand aside a little bit. We're looking for support here last time, and a move up, so that's come in as wave 5. So from the high here, we'll be looking at we know the DAX is, we know that the US market's going to be moving higher, so the DAX can lead or follow and whatnot. But as far as I can see with this wave count here, we've got 1, 2, 3, retest 4 and 5 here. If we do get 5 waves here, then we'll just get 3 waves here, maybe even higher, maybe lower, and then another 5 waves down here. So that would be the pattern for that. Look, if I'm wrong and there's really good support on 10,000, we'll then look to get in on 10, 20 and 30 to the upside here. But as it stands, we're looking for a larger wave 4 to move down, and this can just be the beginning of it. But we do need to see an impulse wave here first to confirm that. The FTSE's got a mind of its own, and it's in its own little world, and on this hourly chart here, we were considering this being the low here, and a positive move to continue to the upside. And some of the things that we were looking for were, first of all, calling the low in through here. Secondly, finding this very important number here, the 6772 here as support, and that's come in. And then we're looking for support on the 6800, which has come in. This move up through here Well, I could count it as 5 waves in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. And if that is the case, then we could expect a 50-60% retracement level back down into this sort of area through here before we see any upside. We don't really want the market coming back down below this 6772 number again. Well, it can touch it, but we don't want it being resistance. As resistance, it would put a negative bias into this market, and the big account is for this market to move up from this low here. So that's what we'll be looking for. And the next important step to the upside is the top of group 1, the 6830. So a nice solid support on that would see us further up. And this is important for the ASX 200 as well, as it tends to sort of gravitate with this particular market. So in looking at the ASX 200, I just want to go to a daily chart here. And on the daily chart here, we've seen on the Thursday here, we had a nice strong move up here on high volume. And this move down through here on the Friday was on lower volume. So even though it was down, it was on lower volume. So we can look at that being corrective. So with that in mind, we should see further upside here. And this is the same sort of pattern across here as the FTSE is here. So we're basically looking, this is an A and a B and a C wave here. And we're looking for, we're looking for confirmation of a 5-wave move to the upside here. And once we've got that, then we'd be looking at a 3-wave counter trend, probably from the 5-5 here again. And then another 5. If we get 5 here, then we know that we'll get another 5 over here. We don't have that. We've also got the HSBC flash China manufacturing figures coming out 11:45 today. So that's going to be the catalyst today for this market. But just drilling into this little section here is this here. And we're looking at this being, say, up for wave 1, an A and a B and a C for wave 2 here. So we really want that to stay in place there. This does appear impulsive to the upside. Like you see this little sort of, well, that's the strongest wave there. So that's wave 3. Wave 4 is always sideways and complicated. So we could have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. The cash is trading higher than the futures here, so we could see a slightly weaker opening as such, into this sort of thing here. But the 11:45. The manufacturing figures, which are expected to be positive. I think the last ones were at 49.4 and they're expected at 49.7. So look, if they went over 50, then we'd see a really strong move up through here, and that wouldn't surprise me either, because we'd be looking at this as wave 1, an A, B, C for wave 2, up for wave 1, back for wave 2, and a third wave straight up. So it is possible, but I just don't have a lot of confidence in this just yet, because we haven't seen a trend as yet. We're not working within a trend. We're still working with corrective patterns that are possibly completed. We're calling in the lows here, and it's always dangerous doing that. So we've got to take it easy. But I could say that buying into new highs here would be the go, and in that case, then the 5430, the top of subgroup 1 of 5400, would be important as support, as would the midpoint, the 5450, as support as well. If that were achieved, then we would see another leg like this here, taking us up to the 5500, and that's what we'd be looking for. Alrighty, thanks for listening.